88% of companies now use AI in at least one business function. That number comes from McKinsey's latest survey. But here's the part that should make every executive uncomfortable. PwC surveyed more than 4,000 CEOs and found that only 12% saw both lower costs and higher revenue from AI. 56% saw neither. More than half of the companies spending on AI are getting literally nothing back, and it gets worse. MIT's Media Lab studied 300 enterprise AI pilots and found that 95% of organizations saw zero measurable return on their generative AI investments. Not low returns. Zero. So what's going on? Companies are spending billions on AI, adoption is at an all-time high, and almost nobody is getting results. The technology works fine. The problem is that most AI tools were built for engineers and data scientists, not for the people who actually make the big calls. Think about the last time you opened a new piece of software at work. If it took more than 5 minutes to figure out, you probably never opened it again. Executives are the same way, except their threshold is even lower. They have 7 meetings before lunch. They don't have time to learn a new dashboard, import data from 3 different systems, and then try to figure out what the AI is actually telling them. The companies in that 12%, the ones PwC calls the vanguard, aren't using better AI models. They're using AI that fits into how executives already work. The AI connects to existing systems. It shows its reasoning. It tells you how confident it is in its answer. It acts like a really good analyst who already knows your business. Usability at the executive level comes down to 3 things. None of them involve a pretty interface. First, the AI simplifies complexity. A CEO should be able to run a scenario analysis. What happens if we raise prices 10%? What happens if our biggest competitor cuts theirs without touching a spreadsheet? Second, the AI plugs into systems that already exist. Your CRM, your ERP, your financial planning tools. If an executive has to export a CSV and upload it somewhere, you've already lost them. Third, the AI shows its work. Every recommendation comes with a confidence level and a trail back to the source data. That third point, showing the work, is the one most AI tools get wrong. Executives aren't going to bet millions of dollars on a recommendation that just appeared in a chat window. They need to see the logic the same way they'd review an analyst's report. When an AI says, enter this market, the executive needs to see which data sources fed that conclusion. They need the confidence level. They need the assumptions. Without that transparency, trust never builds. The tool just sits there. Now, one of the biggest barriers to AI adoption isn't the software. It's the executives themselves. Only 1% of companies are considered mature in AI adoption, and leadership is often the bottleneck. Many executives sit through a 30-minute AI vendor demo, nod along, sign a 6-figure contract, and then have no idea how to tell if the thing is actually working 3 months later. This plays out in a predictable pattern. A company buys an AI tool. IT implements it. Nobody in the C-suite knows how to use it or what to measure. 6 months later, the license renews and someone asks, is anyone actually using this? Usually the answer is no. The fix isn't sending executives to a machine learning bootcamp. They don't need to understand neural networks. They need 3 skills: how to frame a business problem as an AI use case, how to read AI performance metrics, and how to tell when the AI is wrong. Think of it like driving a car. You don't need to know how the engine works, but you do need to know what the warning lights mean. One approach that works well is the 70-20-10 rule for AI investment. Put 70% of your AI budget into projects that deliver results within 90 days. Things like automating report generation or setting up real-time dashboards. Put 20% into building the infrastructure that makes future AI projects easier. And reserve 10% for the big, transformative bets that might take a year to pay off. Executives see quick wins that build confidence while the foundation gets stronger underneath. Dashboards are where executive AI stops being theoretical and starts saving real time. McKinsey found that switching from static quarterly reports to real-time AI-powered dashboards cuts decision-making time by up to 65%. Picture going from waiting a week for your finance team to pull a report to getting the answer in minutes while you're still in the meeting. The best executive dashboards have 4 features. They show KPIs across every department in one place. They let you click into any number and see what's driving it. They predict what's coming next using machine learning. And they let you ask questions in plain language. Why did our retention rate drop in Q3? and get an actual answer, not a chart you have to interpret yourself. Scenario simulation is another feature executives love once they see it. You adjust one variable, pricing, ad spend, headcount, and watch the projected impact ripple through your P&L in real time. Two CEOs in the same industry, same size company. One spent last quarter running pricing experiments through an AI simulator. The other is still waiting for their finance team to build a spreadsheet model. Guess which one moved faster? Now consider where your week actually goes. Asana surveyed more than 10,000 workers and found that 60% of the work week is spent on coordination, scheduling, status updates, chasing approvals, not actual work. For executives, this means hours every week consumed by tasks a machine could handle. AI agents can pull data from your CRM, generate a weekly performance summary, flag anomalies, and have it ready before your Monday morning meeting. That's 20 to 40 hours a week, freed up for the kind of thinking that only humans can do. Most companies blow the measurement part completely. They track the wrong things. Phil Gilbert, a former IBM executive, put it perfectly. We're telling individuals to go use the new tools and counting how many people do it. Nobody is asking, how is AI helping the team generate better outcomes? Logan counts and prompt submissions don't tell you anything. What matters is whether decisions are getting faster, whether forecast accuracy is improving, and whether the AI is actually changing how people work. The companies getting real value from executive AI track 4 things. Business impact. Did revenue or margins actually move? Model performance. When the AI recommends entering a new market, is it right, or did it hallucinate a competitor that doesn't exist? Operational efficiency. Does it return answers in seconds, or does your team wait 20 minutes staring at a loading screen? And governance. Is it flagging bias and staying compliant? If you're not tracking all 4, you're flying blind. JPMorgan Chase offers a good example of cross-department AI done right. In 2023, they brought together risk analysts, data scientists, and compliance experts to build an AI-powered fraud detection system. The result was a 15 to 20% reduction in account validation rejection rates and billions in savings. The key wasn't the algorithm. It was getting different teams to share data and work from the same AI-powered system instead of their own siloed tools. Security is the final piece, and it's the one that kills executive trust fastest. If a CEO doesn't believe their strategic plans and financial forecasts are protected, they won't put them into an AI system. Period. The standard now is defense in depth, encryption everywhere, role-based access controls, and continuous monitoring that flags problems before they become breaches. AI-powered security platforms have reduced false positive alerts by 94%, which means your security team spends time on real threats instead of chasing ghosts. Let me put this simply. AI works. What doesn't work is forcing a tool designed for data scientists onto someone who runs a $100 million business unit and has 15 minutes between meetings. The 12% getting results aren't doing anything exotic. They're buying AI that fits their workflow, measuring what actually matters, and treating AI as infrastructure, not a science experiment. If you found this useful, subscribe. More videos like this are coming.